just came out right before I hopped on with y'all. So, of course, added that immediately to the top of the lineup of things we're going to talk about today. So, come in, let's get ready. Aaron has filed for divorce. We're also going to talk about how much we missed Real Housewives of Atlanta this week. Why didn't we have an episode? It makes no sense. The holiday was a whole 2 days before. And we're going to talk about Julia in Miami, what's going on with her, and plus it's Real Housewives of Orange County premiere week, so we got a lot to discuss. Come sit down and let's get started. As I said, Aaron has filed for divorce from Denise. Not a good day to be Denise Richards, bless her heart. According to TMZ, they said court documents obtained by TMZ. Aaron filed for divorce on Monday in Los Angeles. He lists the usual irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split and says the date of the separation was July the 4th. So when people say the date of the separation was July the 4th, like, is that accurate? Like, did they mean like on the 4th, we got into a huge argument and we broke up? On the 4th, I found out they were cheating. Is that like, I'm so curious how that works. But yes, they share no children together. You know, Denise had her children prior to meeting Aaron. According to the documents, though, Aaron is seeking spousal support from Denise. He thinks that she's bringing in about $250,000 a month between OnlyFans, TV, brand deals, and appearances. And he says he has zero income. So it also says Aaron's filing gives a peek into the estranged couple's spending habits. He estimates on average they spend $105,000 a month, which includes $20K on clothes, $18K on rent, $15K on eating out, $15K on entertainment, $10K on groceries, $8,000 on utilities. And he says Denise has been footing the bill. The bills, is plural here, Aaron. Don't get it twisted. So it says that he wants the court to confirm some property does belong to him, such as power tools, a motorcycle, and a Ford Shelby GT 500. You know, they had a good run. I mean, they got married in 2018 in Hollywood. That's the equivalent to 45 years together. So they had a great time together. And now we see if this turns into something messy, but it does feel, I mean, obviously, you know, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but Denise does have her new show, Denise and the Wild Things. And it seemed things, from what I could tell, were decent on the last season, but it does also seem like maybe perhaps time that they're going to start picking up cameras there if the show were to be renewed. So I'm willing to bet money that even if cameras weren't scheduled to go up this weekend, they probably are now. So join me in sending some good vibes to Denise. Aaron, you will never be famous. We're Team Denise over here, and period. So send her daughter some love, and we'll see, I guess, what happens. Hopefully this doesn't turn into something messy, and hopefully she had a prenup. All right. So did anybody else miss Housewives of Atlanta last night? I felt like alone. Real Housewives of alone. That's what I felt like last night. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's reunion day. We've had a long weekend. The weather was good. I was like, I might even prop my patio door open and watch with a nice little breeze and the sunset. I ain't watching nothing because we didn't have an episode, because they gave us an off week because of the holiday. And I'm bringing this up because I don't know why Bravo does this. Why does Bravo do, I mean, Christmas, Thanksgiving, where half the world is traveling, sure. It's July 4th. We're all in our backyard. We're all at the pool. We're walking distance from the house. We're walking distance from the beach house that we're staying in. I need something to watch at night, okay? And I would have loved to have done that after having a leftover hot dog or hamburger, okay? I did not get to do that because they decided not to have an episode. And I just think that was a mistake on their part, because it's no secret there's been conversation about the, you know, ratings and viewership not necessarily being what they want it to be. And I feel like we were getting into a good momentum with the last few episodes and the buildup of the reunion. And to take an off week, the week that when it's reunion time, just feels like so much excitement to be like shut down. And to me, it's going to be hard to rebuild that excitement, because I think once you have an off week like that, a lot of people are like, okay, whatever, you know? So I really, really wish that Bravo hadn't done that. I think they should have given us Atlanta last night. And also too, I think that they need to really be mindful about moments like this when it comes to when they're planning their, you know, their promo rollout for the year, whether it be the linear stuff on television or digital stuff. Like when they have these women together for these shoots, let's get some audio of them. Let's get some footage of them being like, hi, we're taking an off week next week. Hi, missed us this week. We miss you too. Because I posted about the episode being off this week, and I wasn't alone, and that a lot of people didn't know or didn't realize until the last minute. A lot of people were like me, getting comfy on the couch and then had to find something else to watch. So talk to me about that. How do y'all feel? Are you cool with off weeks every once in a while? Do you feel that it should have been better promoted? You know, talk to me about that. Also, let's move on down to Miami. So we all know that there's something going on with Julia this year. The way she threw that water at Gertie was, number one, just like uncalled for and inappropriate, but it was also like kind of embarrassing, because to me it felt like, stop, you're like, do less. You're trying to have a moment here and going about it all the wrong way. Like, it doesn't feel real. It feels pre-rehearsed, thought out type stuff, you know? But it also just came out, realityt.com posted that there was allegedly a scene that was cut from the show where Julia almost threw a chair. And the article says that obviously we know she threw the drink. She threw the drink on Gertie. But Anna, who is my Hurrdat sister and former Housewives of Miami star, said on her podcast Reality Court that she did recall a time when Julia threw a chair at Marisol, apparently, and that I guess that they edited it out because maybe like we're already starting to see her bad side a little too quickly. You know, it's a lot real fast, and maybe that's just why they decided to edit it out. But Anna said, we were talking about something that triggered Julia, and I was saying that Marisol had something that enraged her, and she picked up a chair and started pounding the chair on the floor. That's scary. I don't like that. I don't like loud noises. I can't imagine a boom, boom, boom. I don't like that. So yeah, Anna says it looked like she was about to throw it. They had to grab her and cut it all out because they said it was too dark for Bravo. So perhaps this was like last season when Anna did her cameo, you know, which means that Julia's behavior maybe has been something kind of protected behind the scenes. TBD, you know, but very interesting. And feel free to go over and, I mean, actually, that makes me want to go back and like watch old episodes last season. Are there any signs of stuff that we saw? Because I felt like Julia got such like the fun, you know, rich lesbian gardener farmer lady edit. Woohoo, careless, you know, chilling, throwing chairs, and throwing water out of nowhere for nothing. To me, how did we not see signs of this before? That to me, and like points to a cover up and a protection type of thing, which maybe production's like, we're done with this, you know, no more protecting. So anyway, be sure to go listen to the episode of Reality Court, hear what Anna had to say. And she was joined by DJ Richie Sky, which y'all know he is the best. So be sure to go hang out with him. And also, speaking of Miami, I wanted to talk about this too. Dr. Nicole, who miss you, Dr. Nicole, she recently said on her podcast that she knows that Marisol hired a private investigator to like get dirt or scoop on her and her husband. If true, I hope Marisol got her money back, because I don't think that the private investigator came up with any scoop. But is it me? Like, I feel like Marisol just, maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like she cares that much. Like, I feel like she cares about the show and the well-being of the show. I don't see her taking her time and energy to do that. I could be the wrongest of wrongs, but that's how I feel. Let me know what you think. Again, also, we got another Miami topic I have to hit on. This is what, if you ain't watching Real Housewives of Miami, you're missing out. And I need you to, because there ain't enough time in my 3 lives a week to even hit on what's going on outside the season. Because Todd, Alexia's ex / F buddy / whatever, bought a new house apparently. Read that it was like $4 million. And I thought, Now, this is the man who used to go on Instagram and talk about how like renting and certain things, like sometimes in the long run could be better. And I think he defended the renting of that big apartment, that penthouse that they were in, you know? And I'm like, was that all a facade because you just didn't want ownership and shared assets with Alexia? Because the moment you leave her, divorce is final, assets. I don't know. But if it is even remotely true, yet another indication that Alexia needs to just move on from him because he must have had all of us fooled. I thought he was a really good guy. Obviously, again, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but just, I mean, the way that he left to get, that was enough for me. The dinner the night before, having the apartment ready to go, leaving Frankie at home alone, you're blocked and I'm never talking to you again, unless it's to collect a payout. You know what I'm saying? So let me go back and run through y'all's comments because yours truly has to go and record with the OG of the OC. Talk to me. How was your weekend? Faith, am I the first one? You were. Let's see. KM, I thought Denise found her forever. I honestly did too. I did too. Miss says he planned this and got a lot of money out of Nicole. Oh, did he get money from Nicolette Sheridan? Wow. I need to look into that. But yeah, it must have been a hell of a fight. Or if, like you said, he planned it, maybe he's had this time frame in mind for quite some time. Mel NYC, my girl, how are you? Poor Denise, not them divorcing over grilled butter corn. Aaron is giving rent man. He's a loser for this. Aaron wanting his power tools back. Is that honestly, that's so petty. Like you can't even afford some tools, girl, you know? Let's see. Mel says Julia's way too violent. I feel like we're just now seeing that, perhaps that element. I don't know. Which again, you know, let's look at other examples of housewives over the years. Like when behavior changes, sometimes it's a sign of other things going on and we're watching them in real time navigate that and perhaps, you know, misplace that anger and frustration. If that's the case here, we need to find out why. Like what is the real reason, you know? Marie, he's not a man wanting a woman to keep him. What a leech. I mean, kind of whack. Yeah, I agree. I agree, y'all. Well, you know what? What a great way to start off a Monday by all of us celebrating that Aaron, Denise's soon-to-be ex, ain't. Okay, perfect. We're starting Monday in unison. Anyway, I hope all of y'all have a wonderful week. Be sure to go listen to that episode of Reality Court. Vicky and I will be dropping a new episode tomorrow. It's my birthday week. And yeah, actually my birthday is Wednesday, the next day of this live. So on Wednesday, I will come and do a birthday live with y'all. Don't you worry. We'll be here right around 3 Eastern. And, you know, like I said, the Denise Richards divorce news dropped moments before I hopped on today. God only knows what will happen between now and then next time I see y'all. So be sure to have a lovely afternoon, a lovely day, and be sure to listen to all your favorite Hurrdat podcasts, and I'll be right back here with y'all on Wednesday. Besos. See y'all later.